Hey, what's up, everybody? So, getting ready to make me some breakfast. Out here trying to eat healthy. It's hard out here in these streets. But seriously, got myself some eggs and some sausage. Georgia Foreman grills, heating up, getting ready to throw eggs on the grill. Gotta make something to eat. But yeah, just wanted to check in, see how everybody's doing. Hopefully, everybody's doing all right. Talk about health for the most part, because I know a lot of people have been talking to me about how they're struggling and they find themselves spending a lot of money eating out and things like that. Personally, I don't really eat out too often. Every now and then I have my moments, but I buy a lot of vegetables. When it comes to meat and protein, I tend to do frozen chicken, pre-cooked chicken, as well as like the fajita steak and stuff that you can buy at Walmart. I also get like a 0 or 2% fat lactose milk, and then I utilize protein. So I make protein shakes and use stuff like this. It works really well for me. I personally like it. I have some other things to make some more elegant foods. So like I'll heat up the frozen broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus. I'll do like brown rice and quinoa. This is actually really good. Throw some cherry tomatoes in there on top of it, as well with your meat, to season the meat or give the meat some sort of flavor, since the meat is already pre-grilled. I actually have been trying out things like G Hughes sauces, which is pretty good. So you got the Caribbean jerk sauce, which goes really well with the chicken. I bought his steak sauce. I just learned about this brand and I really like it. So I pretty much bought every flavor they got. They got Thai chili, the jerk sauce, steak sauce. Let's see other ones I want. Honey barbecue sauce. There's a smoky marinade, like a smoky mesquite marinade. So yeah, that's the way to go. I keep some powdered garlic, as well as powdered onion as well. I don't really do a lot of raw vegetables. I should, but I don't necessarily. I'm getting better at eating more vegetables more often. But my primary vegetables are pretty much like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. Those are the ones. Those are my go-to. I do like to utilize the zucchini noodles. So there are zucchini noodles that you can get, and you can make yourself some sort of spaghetti. So I'll buy like spaghetti sauce, and then I'll get like a pack of meatballs and put all that together to make myself some spaghetti and things like that. And that way I'm getting more vegetables than I am eating like all the junk food and stuff like that. When it comes to junk, I try not to buy a lot of that. Every so often I'll do things like white cheddar popcorn. That tends to be working out pretty well. As far as exercising, most of you who already have been subscribed to the channel, I built a pull-up bar here in the truck so that way I can do pull-ups on a regular basis. I also purchased, let's see if I can this for you. So I actually have an adjustable kettlebell as well as adjustable dumbbells, so that way I can do some more arm exercises. So in the process of putting the camera up, I messed around and I ended up killing the record, but it's all right. Anyways, so I got the dumbbells, the adjustable kettlebells, and that helps me get in some additional exercises. I also try to do some additional things while I'm doing the pull-ups. So like I'll do the pull-ups, do some leg lifts, kind of rotate my lower body left and right, and to try and really work that out every so often. When I remember, I try and just bust out some jumping jacks. I don't do as many push-ups as I should, but what I do is when I'm out of the truck fueling, I'll lean against like the side of the truck. Sometimes there'll be different ledges and things like that to try to give myself an angle, and I'll do push-ups off of that to give myself something that I can really do some pushing off of. I am looking into some of these smaller foldable weight benches that they have. They're miniature and they're able to fold and be stuck behind the driver's seat and things like that. I'm looking into something like that, but I've been told, and also I've read a lot in a lot of reviews, that these things are not very sturdy and they break easily. So I'm looking for one that's actually really durable and it's going to work well. And then that way, if I can find one, I could essentially give myself the ability to set up a bench in the middle and really do some pushing with the dumbbells. Squats with the kettlebells help out a lot. And this is all stuff that I'm able to do inside the truck, even though personally I like working out in the gym more than I like working out inside of the truck. But it gives me the ability to just do a little bit here and there, because for example, the load that I just finished, this was a 3-stop load, and the delivery times were kind of all over the place. I had to deliver like in the early AM, like 1:30, and then I got there a little early because the check-in was 2100. Then the next delivery was at 0700, but it turned out that I could check in at the security, and then eventually I was able to get in early. So my sleep schedule has been kind of fluctuating, and I've been sleeping whenever I can, because sometimes the shippers and the receivers, they hold you up and you don't want to mess around and not have any rest. However, there are times that I have just had my 10-hour rest and they're holding me up. At that point, if I've had my 10-hour rest and I just got up, I'm not going back to sleep. It's just not happening. No matter how hard I try, I can lay down. Just at that point, I am fully awake. So when stuff like that happens, you just kind of have to utilize the time. If I'm not working out, then sometimes I'll just chill. I got my laptop here. I'm actually going to pull it out here in a moment and finish watching Lord of the Rings, Desolation of Smog. Yes, big Lord of the Rings fan. I like a lot of other stuff too, but I decided to go back and rewatch those. I've also been going back and rewatching the Marvel films as well. But that reminds me. So for the internet issue that I had when I first got out of here, I ended up getting a T-Mobile home router, and that is what I'm utilizing in the truck, and it actually works really well. Every now and then I'll find myself in an area that doesn't have the best of service, but what I tend to do personally, I actually go into the configuration settings, and every time I shut down and I know I'm going to use it, I restart the router, so that way clears the cache and all that, gets a fresh connection, and if it's able to pick up a stronger connection, then it will. So it does tend to help for the most part, except for when you get around some trucks, whatever they're utilizing in their trucks, their signal will cause some issues. That does happen. Anyways, let me go ahead and make this breakfast. I'm getting hungry while I'm waiting on my next load, so hopefully everybody's doing all right. I'll catch up with y'all later. I know, happy holidays, the Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and all that stuff already passed, but happy holidays to everybody. Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody's got some goals set for themselves. Not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but just having goals set for yourself in general that you're working on. And I wish everybody the best. Peace. Make sure you click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel, helps get these videos out to people who it could be beneficial to.